Ukrainian officers capture infiltrating Russian soldiers during sweep in Lyman. In the Lyman area, Ukrainian forces successfully detained a group of Russian soldiers who had infiltrated the city and taken shelter in civilian infrastructure. The operation was carried out during a targeted sweep of buildings aimed at identifying and neutralizing enemy personnel operating behind the front line. According to the 3rd Army Corps, the enemy group consisted of 3 Russian occupiers. Acting on their own initiative, the commander of the 3rd Mechanized Battalion of the 63rd Separate Mechanized Brigade, along with the Deputy Chief of Staff and a platoon commander, organized and executed the assault. The Russian soldiers had established a concealed position in a basement, where they installed an external antenna to maintain communication with their command. Ukrainian forces later discovered that the group was equipped with 4 loaded ammunition magazines, thermobaric grenades, thermal imaging cloaks, radios, power banks, and a limited supply of provisions. Military officials noted that such infiltration groups typically operate with the support of reconnaissance drones and are resupplied by unmanned aerial vehicles. Their objective is to remain undetected for as long as possible, usually at least 24 hours, until reinforcements arrive, allowing them to consolidate positions and continue advancing deeper into Ukrainian-held territory. The Ukrainian assault was carefully coordinated using aerial drones, enabling precise monitoring of the enemy's location. Following a brief firefight, the Russian soldiers chose to surrender. One of the captured servicemen was identified as a contract soldier who enlisted in 2023. According to Ukrainian sources, he had previously served a prison sentence and joined the Russian military in an attempt to have his criminal cases dismissed through participation in the war against Ukraine. The incident underscores the ongoing threat posed by small Russian infiltration units and highlights the effectiveness of coordinated ground and drone operations conducted by Ukrainian officers in contested urban areas. Meanwhile, Russia renewed its offensive efforts to capture Vovchansk, but its advancement quickly stalled and its losses began to skyrocket. To compensate, the Russians started to copy Ukraine's use of ground drones, and the first use cases were confirmed, but with doubtful results. Russian forces started deploying ground robots to boost their troops, as confirmed by footage from Ukraine's 57th Brigade that suggests an active attempt to replicate Ukrainian tactics. First, the Russians deployed a ground drone, armed with a machine gun, to assault the Ukrainian positions, while they also dispatched another ground robotic system to provide logistics to their frontline troops. However, both drones were spotted by Ukrainian drone operators, who subsequently targeted and neutralized the enemy equipment with precise strikes with FPVs. These developments show how Russians are desperate to catch up and copy the evolution of Ukrainian ground drones and their tactics that already yield results. The Ukrainian 1st and 3rd Corps, together responsible for holding approximately 25% of the front line, have set the example and are increasingly substituting manpower with unmanned systems. They are employed not only for both offensive and defensive tasks, but also to support logistics, conduct medical evacuations, and remove mines. This shift reflects a deliberate effort to offset personnel constraints and protect human lives while maintaining operational coverage and effectiveness. After nearly a year of relative dormancy along this sector of the front line, Russian forces renewed offensive operations to penetrate closer to the regional capital Kharkiv. While Russian sources claim full control of Vovchansk, approximately 25% of the town remains contested. Russia's operational intent appears to be the consolidation of these territorial gains to establish a staging area for potential follow-on operations towards the next bigger settlement, Vilcha. Despite several unsuccessful infiltration attempts towards the village, the Russian officers have hurried to report to their command that they have already captured it. However, Ukrainian soldiers on the ground reported that these infiltration efforts were detected and successfully repelled, leaving Vilcha under firm Ukrainian control. To counter the Ukrainian drone activity, Russian forces are attempting to infiltrate Vovchansk under the cover of darkness to reduce exposure. Unfortunately for the Russians, Ukrainian drones are equipped with thermal imaging and night vision capabilities to detect and neutralize these attempts. With this systematic approach, the Ukrainian forces are significantly reducing the enemy manpower and preventing them from accumulating enough forces inside Vovchansk. The severity of the situation is confirmed by recently deployed soldiers from Russia's 82nd Motorized Regiment, describing a battlefield marked by extreme danger and heavy losses, with Ukrainian-held positions characterized as near impenetrable fortresses. According to the statement they released, only about half of the troops sent on these missions survive, underscoring the severe attrition they face and issuing sharp grievances against their command and its reckless planning that exposes them to certain death.
Крой!
Месі, є серфер на зв'язок.
Месі на зв'язку.
Трошки зачекай. От і Семенівка. Ёб твою мать. Цинкуйте сектора, парни.
Один.
Руки подними, руки!
Ой, стройте. Вылазь. Давай.
Сюда ползи, ко мне ползи.
Все, двое у нас, відходимо до прийом. Так. Все, только в темпе сейчас, будете идти за нашим человеком.